Hello, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Good, good. I'm really, really, really excited to see you guys. You guys are, I would say, the real ones of the the conference that are still here supporting all the way through and through. I'm really excited about this upcoming panel. We definitely have a powerhouse team here that's about to discuss this next topic on transforming the workforce in training. So super, super excited about that. I will start off and introduce myself. My name is Desiree Virgin. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm really new to this tech community. I usually work with conferences, events, hotel owners, and I do all of their large conferences and events. And so now I am looking to indulge in the tech space and kind of leech off of all of you guys and your amazing brains. So excited to connect with you in any way, shape, or form. I probably will find you guys on LinkedIn, some way, shape, or form, and look forward to kind of networking with you in the future. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and speak about our upcoming panelists. We have Christoph, we have Ali, and we also have Jen. All right, I'm going to turn this over to them, and they'll be able to introduce themselves and kind of get this panel started. At the last 10 minutes, we will do a Q&A, so please hold on to your questions. No question is a dumb question. We'll welcome them all, and because honestly, I am learning from your questions. So look forward to a great presentation. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Santa Clara, and my name is Jinhwan An. I'm from LG Nova, innovation arm for LG Electronics. And today I'd like to talk about the opportunity and why LG and LG Nova are interested in this metaverse and industry and training in the workforce areas. And also with the two gentlemen sitting next to me, I would like to introduce the two important LG Nova partners, which is IQ3 and Nakamir. And they will talk about their brilliant technology that can expedite this evolution in the industry and training environment. So, and also at the end, I'd like to share some of the information that how you can join our efforts at LG Nova through our Mission for the Future program. So why is Industry 4.0 and workforce training? As you know, LG Electronics is one of the largest manufacturing company in the world. We have more than 200 factories, including LG affiliate companies, such as LG Display and Energy Solution. And as being a big manufacturing company, we've been through so many challenges, and we do suffer from those changes in the workforce and labor market. And that area, we can definitely see the future. And even though so many people, as you know, many people out there talk about the death of the metaverse, but still that technology can bring value to enterprise and business applications, not like some consumer hype at all. So the advances in technology will definitely drive that evolution in the manufacturing, and also the, as I've said, the population, retirement of the boomer generation will expedite these changes, and that will bring to the whole together will lead and drive this evolution. There are so many labor-related challenges that this industry is undergoing, like shortage of the laborers. Like the report says, 2.1 million will be the number of the shortages in 2030, just for the U.S. manufacturing industry, and 5 times more chance to get injuries for the new worker, and 40% of the injuries are from the new hires for that specific jobs. And they're expecting way high turnover rates. And if you talk about the technology, and I believe many of you are all aware of these technologies relevant to this industry, metaverse and immersiveness. And well, I cannot begin with talking about the AI, but well, there are many technologies that can just expedite it and unlocks all the possibilities and bring much more efficiencies into this manufacturing and industry area. And so now I'd like to introduce IQ3, Ali from the IQ3, that the first technology company that for Nova. Okay.
Thank you, Jin. First of all, I want to thank LG Nova for this opportunity. We've had a very good collaboration, and we are very fortunate to be part of this program. My name is Ali again. I'm the founder and CEO of IQ3 Connect, and we are providing a seamless industrial XR solution that works in a web browser. So you don't need to install anything. You don't need any apps. All you need to do is send a link, and you're in this space just like a Zoom meeting. And we provide a complete end-to-end enterprise solution that integrates, this immersively into sort of your everyday, workflow. That's our vision. That's our objective. And we're making this whole training creation and this whole XR creation pipeline easy for anyone. So it's just like, you're creating a slide deck. That's really our focus and what our technology enables. And some of the challenges, especially in the enterprise space, are access and deployment. So, for example, you need to deploy apps. You have to worry about security. You have to worry about maintaining the training or the collaboration. The cost is also a big factor. You have to outsource the services. You have to spend a lot of time compressing industrial data and bringing it in. And then you have to worry about which device you're going to deploy. Is your solution future-proof? And we're addressing a lot of these challenges on our platform. So we're making it very easy to use. We're not focused on the developer, but just the everyday user. Our technology enables very high performance and low latency for very large industrial scale models. We have an integrated data pipeline, which means you can import your data and bring it in the cloud and into our platform for various applications. It's web browser based, so zero IT footprint. You don't need to install anything. We're using open standards, so it's WebXR, so it's device agnostic, and we have a number of enterprise integration tools. And so this is kind of how it works. All you need is a web browser. You can upload your content. It can be from the web. It can be your complex CAD data from your design and manufacturing teams. You bring it onto our platform, and you can just simply launch a collaborative meeting like a Zoom meeting, or you have no-code authoring tools to build training yourself. And here's an example. On the left, you see a real collaboration for an automotive use case. It's very simple, and you can do this in a matter of seconds. It also works on other devices. And you can also create structured training with 360 videos, health and safety-related things. And you can bring content from various different sources and create highly interactive training as if you're creating slides without any coding if needed. So we are making this really accessible and easy for everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you again to LG for this opportunity. And I'd like to hand it off to Christoph.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us and for staying here Friday afternoon in one of the last sessions. So thanks to Ali right now to explain in detail the virtual environment, the virtual assets that allow us to basically train and understand difficult equipment without actually endangering yourself or perhaps damaging the equipment in a simulated space. In the second part of this talk now, I want to talk about augmented reality and specifically focus on the reality aspect of augmented reality and how users are interacting with the reality and how we can aid these users in interacting with the reality. So here on the right, for example, you see an image of a CNC machine, could be some in a factory. If I would now go there and need to use that, I wouldn't be able to do much. I would potentially hurt myself, I might break something, or at least not be able to do a whole lot with this machine. However, if I have somebody by my side, a personal instructor, it would be much easier. The personal instructor could teach me step by step how to go through procedure, how to use the machine. And there are already a number of companies, and we are here at the AWE. that make this possible, that basically create a virtual personal instructor by the worker side. However, how do we create this virtual instructor, this personal virtual instructor? We could either use a game engine or no-code solution to put together 3D assets and try to create this step-by-step solution. Or in our case, we have created a software that really makes creation of this virtual instructor as easy as taking a video. And we do that with a slightly different approach. So it's not based on a gaming engine. It's not Unity, where we put together 3D assets, but we really focus very, very strongly on the sensors of the headset. So if you look here, this is an example, a blown-up Microsoft HoloLens 2. A small part of the augmented reality is the display. But a lot of it is actually just sensors. It's like you see the head tracking cameras, the IMU. You have the RGB camera, the depth camera. It has a microphone to record a voice. It has eye tracking. It can do hand tracking. So there's a lot of data about the user and understanding how the user is interacting with the environment. And we can now leverage this data to really understand how the user is interacting with the environment and then automatically create the virtual instructor. And the final information we can then visualize via the display. Because we have this sensor-focused approach, we also always need to really test and deploy directly on the device. It's very hard to test these kind of applications on your PC in a simulated or in the display mode of Unity, for example. That's why we're using StereoKit. So I strongly recommend everybody here, check out StereoKit. It's a beautiful framework, open source, that allows you to very, very quickly iterate and develop augmented reality software. The data that we collect on the way also gives us one more big advantage. The data will allow us over time to make the instructions more intelligent. So we can record the user interaction, we synchronize our data, label it, and then we can train AI in order to understand where the hands are moving, what the user is interacting with, in order to provide guidance accordingly. Very strong emphasis in order for augmented reality in general to be used in any kind of industry environment is minimize the pain points, which is also why I have a big image of the Microsoft HoloLens here. So I can openly say I really love the Microsoft HoloLens. It's 4 years old almost by now, but they thought about many, many things that are important for use of augmented reality in a factory environment. So it might not have the most beautiful display, it might not have the most beautiful colors, not the biggest field of view. But what they thought a bit about is who are actually the user and how do they use the device. So you can put it on, you can flip it up, you can even wear it over glasses. You don't have to figure out once you put it on, where do I now put the cable, or do I perhaps pull something with the cable. So this is a really, really nice user interface. And now we are, of course, always hoping at each AWE, looking for always their nice success of the Microsoft HoloLens that can basically do similar things, perhaps with a little bit better form factor, a little bit more rugged for rugged environments. Same emphasis on the software side. So on the software side right now, we have a minimal interface that makes creation of instructions so easy that 1 minute of instructions takes you really 1 minute to create. So not a lot of pre-processing, post-processing of our data. And I have here a few examples of the virtual instructor in action. And one thing that you might notice is that in some of these images, you might actually hardly say, wait a second, where is actually the augmented reality content? And that is by design, because we want you to focus on your work. So augmented reality is really about the reality, about you here interacting with the real world, and then we just want to augment it with the minimal amount of information that is necessary to make your interaction with the real world easier. Thank you very much. Then I'll give back to Jin, and thank you so much for LG Nova to having us in your program.
Great job, boss, Christoph and Ali. So by utilizing these kind of technologies, then we believe we can deliver the solution and service that can improve the productivity. Like they can train laborers in much more efficient way for the unskilled new employees, as well as they can minimize the shortage of the labor, and also they can make their employees happier by limiting and decreasing the chance to get injured, or make them engaged and funnier at work. And the opportunity is huge, I believe, and a report says it can grow up to like 100 billion in a few years, just for the industrial metaverse. It involves like AI and data-driven, but the focus for us is about the experience of the workers and then frontline workers at the factory. And the metaverse and immersive technology can be the key technologies that can enhance that experience and improve the learning curve to the new environment and unskilled workforce to their assigned jobs. And Mission for the Future program is the flagship program that LG Nova launched 2 years ago. It involves the cross-industry collaboration opportunity for startups, big tech companies, and investors and academics and so on. And by combining and providing the asset and the infrastructure resources that LG has and LG Nova has to this table and make things better and largely driven by the technologies. And you can just scan the QR code here to find more information, and we'll be announcing our own signature event later this year. And that'll be the all for our speech today.
Q&A. We have 10 minutes. Thank you. That was very, very, very educational. I really enjoyed that. Audience, do you guys have any questions? Nobody? Okay, well, I have one. No one yet. So my question is, when you're implementing these forms of training, what additional resources would be needed in the workplace in regard to troubleshooting or updates or recalibration? Is it something that we would have to, teach the on-site team, or do you recommend that these companies or organizations have, help desks that are able to make sure that this technology is running consistently?
Yeah, so I can say something about it. So if it's specifically about our software, there was actually a big motivation. So to get beyond the POC, beyond the pilot, because right now, many solutions, they work well. During the pilot, either you have your developer team or you have your 25-year-old intern who is really looking into the software, creating a scenario that works for this specific use case. Then it's deployed, intern left, and now of your 20-step procedures, step number 17 needs to be changed. And this is usually then where it fails. So this is something that we really made super easy, that you basically just explain the procedure again. We create a virtual instructor, which then replaces this step in the procedure. So this is a big motivation for removing here the pain points.
Yeah, and in our case, it's a little different for our platform. It's a web-based platform. And we've focused on making it very easy for trainers and educators to actually create the training. And the deployment process is very simple. So all you need to is basically use a link that allows the training to be accessible to hundreds of trainees. And then when you want to update the training, you may want to replace some of that, the 3D models in there. And if you upload the new data to our platform, you can seamlessly update all of the training. And we have a editable environment. So basically, we're enabling non-experts, non-developers. You don't have to be a game developer or an expert in a game engine to be able to use our software, create the training, and then keep it up to date and make it instantly accessible to your entire workforce.
And we are just getting started, and then we are formulating. So these two gentlemen are the key companies for now, but that's why I brought this LG Nova and Mission for the program. Like, any startups can join us and then talk to us and see what we can do together.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Is there anybody else in the audience? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Marty Murphy from Ringling College of Art and Design. Thank you for highlighting this prediction of unfilled jobs. Is this something that you're already experiencing? Are you already noticing a shortage of workers?
Well, very recently, I had the chance to visit the LG Clarkson, Tennessee factory, which is one of the newest and one of the most sophisticated and automated. Only only 40% of the jobs been done by human, but still they severely suffer the shortage of the workers. The laborers are just moving around for any higher pay. So they are, even at LG factories, they are experiencing severely.
Okay, so you're saying you're already starting to see it, and it's because workers are looking for higher salaries, is that right, in Tennessee?
That's what I heard from the executive.
Okay. Are there enough workers alive to fulfill the needs?
That may be the pandemic specific, but still all the research and census shows that data that we're seeing the shortages even harder as time goes by.
Okay.
I think it's also upskilling. So, people coming from, different background may want to upskill and learn new skills. So it's not just, bringing on, young graduates, for example, but, there's a transformation. You may change your job and you need to be upskilled. So tools, what we're seeing and providing is also for that purpose.
Globally speaking, are there pockets of the globe that are doing a better job of preparing students or young people for the labor force, in your opinion? And is there, from an educational point of view, is there somebody I should be looking at to say, hey, they're doing a better job than maybe we are here?
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. With regards to the training scenarios, and do you have any number or data that you can share with us with regards to, on this training scenarios, we were able to reduce, this training amount, or how long it took to train someone from this amount of time to this amount of time, or just any other set of KPIs you can share with the benefits of virtual training?
So obviously, the way our product works, all of our customers are building the training themselves and deploying it. But what I can tell you is that the platform is being used to kind of prevent, disruption in their operations, which is if you can't get a machine up and running, or if you can't train people to go and work on a machine, the downtime itself by the hour can be extremely expensive. So you can just imagine that if you don't have skilled technicians halfway around the world and you need to train them, then you need tools like either the XR platform that we're providing or Nakamura is providing to be able to fill that operational need at the cost and efficiency that can be very scalable.
And based on the previous pilot project between IQ3 and the LG Alabama Service Center, well, the efficiency, it's
Yes.
significantly decreased the time of the producing the contents, like 30 to 40%.
Yeah, so that is a good number, and it's onboarding new green employees, and the amount of calendar time that's saved is one metric, but also the amount of time, the trainer time that's saved, which is very, very expensive, is also a huge thing. So these onboarded employees come in with much better knowledge, and then they go into the hands of the trainers, and so this whole process becomes much more efficient and cost savings at multiple levels.
I can give one example. I mean, we are still in the process of measuring the direct ROI, but we are working with a company. They are creating automotive parts, and they have this problem that in summer they have a ton of part-time workers who don't really know how to use the machines, very similar to what the machines that I showed there. And using the augmented reality training, 100% of the workers who tried it were able to correctly set up the machine for a certain type of product they want to produce. And none of the people that we tested, none of the students was able to do it with the written manuals. Also shows that the written manuals are not that great that they apparently use in this company. But we are going to test now, okay, like how does this translate to the overall productivity once they deploy that.
Thank you. We have time for one more question. Awesome. Do you guys want to leave any final words?
Yeah, thank you very much for having us here. And I hope if anybody here is from a hardware company and working on headsets, please take our wishes as users, as people who know the users who actually use their augmented reality headsets, to create something that is really easy to use. Don't strive for the biggest, best display, field of view, colors. Strive for something that is as easy to use as my phone. I take it out, I turn it on, and it runs.
Yeah.
This is something that we need.
Yeah, I would second that, and I would also say that, enterprise has a lot of hurdles. So if you're providing hardware, try to minimize those and don't have people logging into, accounts where that are going to create major hurdles. I don't want to. So yeah, the easier it is for enterprise use, I think that's a massive opportunity for any of the hardware providers.
And hopefully, I'll see many of you in September in San Francisco for LG Nova's own Innovation Festival, which will be announced later this year.
Thank you very much.